Knowing when to enter and where to enter a trend is a fundamental to your successful trading. So many beginners and intermediate traders actually get this problem of finding where to enter and when to enter a trend. In this video, I'm just going to be taking you through on where and when to enter a trend. We're just going to analyze this right from the top up to where you're just going to see where exactly you can enter your trend. And not really you can apply this on all pairs, whether you are trading commodities, gold, you are trading euro currencies. This can just apply to all of them. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platform at Dan Tech Forex, and you'll not miss any conversation that is concerning the forex trading. Now let's start this now. So as you can see right here on my screen, I have this currency over here, and first of all we are going to start with what we call the top down analysis. On the terms of the top down analysis, that means that we are going to start with things that you can see, things that you can actually identify, something like your highs, things that you can see clearly before we just navigate to the details of the chart. And this is example of this, as we can just start with the highest time frame. That is what people know. Over here you can start with either weekly time frame that can just show you where the market probably will just be ending sometimes sometime to come, or maybe in months or weeks. So that is where you can be knowing the directions of the market. And on the top down analysis, it can just include also the supply and demand zone that you actually identify, because these things you can actually identify using your highs. By just looking at the chart, you can just identify this zone. For example, if you just look at this zone, the market was rejected so many times here, and as you can see right here, the market over here, we have this zone here, we have here. So you can see all this position, the market was actually coming to this position, the market got rejected here, and the market started going down once. Okay, now as a trader, you will know that when this market will just be coming again to this area, we'll be looking for a sell. But just note this, there are a lot of things that you actually have to know before even you enter. But because look at this, yes, this market can just come over here because we have some pressure that sellers will actually start, some of them will actually start entering on this area. But before you enter into this, you actually have, number one, to bring what we call the fact. The fact is about this is because this zone has been tested so many times. This is a US or the crude oil. As you can see so well, this zone has been tested almost so many times, that is almost 5 times, and there's high chances that this zone is actually going to be broken. Apart from this market, apart from the US oil being overbought and almost crossing the 70 mark, as you can see here, then we have the possibilities of this market now coming to our zone here, and this market probably will just be heading downwards again. But there is a possibility that this market will actually be broken, this zone will be broken, and this market has a potential of going upward. So you can focus, for example, on the next thing that is here, of which we have another region that has been formed above this one here. And that is how you actually have to know here. So if, for example, you just want to enter into the market as a scalper, it will just depends here, because when this market comes over here, it will try to sell again. So because you can see this zone has always been tested, and this market is almost over. But so let's just see what happens over here, because those are the facts that you have to see. So you can see when this market comes over here, we have a very green candle that has been formed around this area. Now we have this region here again. Let me expand this so that you can see whatever just happens here. So you can see what has actually happened. A very red candle has been formed over here. The reason being because this region has always been tested so much over here. So there's the chances that this market to come over here again it could be rejected. But note one thing, this market has been testing this region so much, so you cannot expect this market to go like all the way down to these levels here, because there's high chances now with this region being broken and we've been going to the next one. So that is first thing that you see. But when it comes to this area over here, some people will just be entering here. You know, some people will say that I'm just going to enter because I've seen a red candle here that is engulfing candlesticks over here. I'm going to enter into the market. But first of all, look at the realities of the market. Look at the fact first of all before you just enter. And the next thing I'm just going to be showing you, the next thing you just see over here. Let's see how this market, what this market does. And before we just look at that, it start forming these green candles over here, the market moves, and now we have where it's actually break this zone. And now you can see from now this zone has been broken, and now the market just goes down a little bit. And now anytime this market will just be coming above here, it will actually be breaking this zone again. Remember this 1 day time frame, so it means that it has to take so much time for it to go all the way up. And you can see the market is still going upward, of which means now our testing zone that we are expecting this market to come is actually around this zone. So what do you think will actually happen to this zone? That is it. Now you can see the moment this market actually touched this one, we expect at least this market to come a little bit down, because now we have this area being tested again over here. So remember, this zone has not been tested so much, so there's possibility this market can now reverse. We can expect to form high pips to generate a good sell from that position. You can see these ones, and we may have to be selling from this position right here. Now, what do you check here in this market when you actually want to enter? For example, if you want to enter a long time trend that is going to take maybe days, so what you're just going to do, you are going to enter over here, because you have identified the key point. You have done your top-down analysis in terms of time frame, and you have done your supply and demand zone. You have identified support and resistance areas. The next thing that you can just do over here is actually to lower this time frame. You can just be checking these candlesticks, how they are going to be closed. For example, I can just be checking so well in terms of this candle, because it's going to be a very important candle to me, this one. So I'm going to be observing to see how it's just going to be closed, because it is the one that is going to give me the clues on how I'm just going to enter into the market. Remember, you can combine this analysis with another indicator that you are going to see over here. For example, I can combine this one with the RSI unit over here that is going to give me the strength. And as you can see, this is 1 day time frame, and anytime you actually see the market moving all this way, like over 70, over 80, touching 80 mark, when it is on RSI 70, then it's time to note that this market is already overbought, and you can actually be preparing for your selling position. So you can see that region is very important to RSI, and we can expect this market at least to reverse a little bit over here. Now you can lower your time frame, but let's just see what happens right from there. You can see it's another followed a very green candle. So this market moved all the way up, all the way here. The reason being is because of this zone. So that zone became so important, and also you can see this market is actually overbought. Remember, this is 1 day time frame. You can lower your time frame to see different things that are going to happen in this market across this region here. So you can see all this way this market, how it has been doing, farming all the way from here. Remember, this is US oil after eating 93.9 or around 94. Then there's a moment it suddenly joined, went up to 87, and that was a very big move. So you can see after eating our, when you can see well that RSI here is here, then you can see the moved actually up to here. So what can we do over here to know where and when to enter? We have actually discussed about the top-down analysis that will just help you in that way. And the other thing is to just come up with fact. Make sure that you have fact locked in your hands, because if you actually skip that one, then it's just going to become difficult for you. You can decide to be entering at that zone in case you see something like the RSI unit is crossing over 70 mark when you're using the 1 day time frame. You can see that, and the moment you actually identify a good zone, like where you have a good resistance and support areas. Let me just show you something on the gold so that you can just understand this more. This is 1 day time frame as well, so I'm going to play this so that you can get it more. So you can see how this market has been moving. This market has been going downwards here, and the expectant zone, probably you can see the market is forming lower low. So what you expect is actually this market to be coming all this way down, at least to this place, and then it can jump. But remember, even when it is in the middle over here, it can test another zone here. So those are the things that you actually can observe. But remember, even this position becomes so important, this zone. So anytime it touches our zone here, because already we have almost 3 areas, so anytime we observe this market touching this zone, we'll actually be trying to sell this because of our trend lines here. So in case it touches our lines here, we can just go now and look at RSI, whether this market is trying to go up in all time frame, and then it's just going to help us. So you can see how this market, what this market did, it actually broke this way and all this way down, and it is testing the resistance point here, almost crossing downward here. So let's just see how this market does here, and it is that way, crosses and goes all the way up. So you can see how it actually done. It's just testing our support area here, not that one actually, but that one, because that is why you can see our tip around this candle being formed down one here. We can see this candle here that was formed here, look like a doji, but we can see another one over here, and we have another doji that was formed here. So you can see it is touching our region over here, so we can be planning to sell after seeing all this one. So the last thing, if you are lucky to see that well, you can just be looking at the candlesticks pattern that has been formed across that region. In case of 4-hour time frame and 1 day time frame, that is when you actually see gold candlesticks. In terms of 1 day time frame, 4-hour time frame, you can actually identify a very nice candle. So on this, you can see so many red candles being formed across this area, and now we can just be expecting all the way this market to come all the way down and actually probably break this region over here, which was our previous support area. But you can see, even with that, the market was trying to break it. It seems like it's a support area, but the market actually broke that and it formed a lower low. So if you actually draw this so well, so we can be expecting now this market to be coming all the way down here, because you can see you started by highest things going all the way down, including now analyzing the candlesticks pattern. So you can be knowing more about these candles before you just analyze them, and you probably see how this market is actually going to do all this way down. So after even seeing this red candle here, after seeing this very big candle here, that is now what confirms to you that we have a very big momentum. So you can see this candle here confirmed we are going to have a very big momentum that is just going to go all the way down. And now you can see how this market did over here, went and tested this again, although it broke this one, but it's still starting to go all the way down now, you know, all the way down. And you can see now we have this market as we speak right now. This market is in that position, and that is then gold. So you can see that is how you can just be combining things, top down analysis, and you are going to be a very profitable trader if actually you observe that. So we are expecting now this market to be coming all the way to this position, and that is when we can think about buying from that area. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platform at Dan Tech Forex, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and join my forex trading community. See you next time. Bye bye.